removing the Furious 5 creates some really big shoes to fill, and those shoes were definitely not filled. So I got another masterpiece up my sleeve to fill those shoes, possibly even making it better than if the movie had the Furious 5 themselves. But first, let's start off by looking at some of Zhen's key character personality traits. She steals shit. That's pretty much it. The level of character depth in her is like the depth of a kiddie pool. It's like if I asked a 9-year-old to design a character. Okay, so I have this character who likes to steal stuff, but stealing is wrong just like my mommy taught me. Okay, not a bad start. Why does your character like stealing stuff? Well, you know, just because. Okay, what happens to this character at the end? Well, she stops stealing and becomes a good guy after hanging out with a dragon warrior. So, just talking to one person for a few days completely changed the character's entire personality? Yep. See what I mean? Now, usually it takes a lot more than just a conversation to change your entire personality. Also, this lacks an actual message for the kids watching, so here's my version. So throughout the movie, Zhen keeps stealthily stealing things from people without Po noticing, just like some of the stealing jokes we see throughout the film. After Po is gone, after she betrays him, she walks out and sells all the stuff she stole and makes some back. She gets super excited over all the money she stole and feels really proud of herself. She walks out the pawn shop or whatever is the Kung Fu Panda version of that, and she walks up to a shiny looking store with a bunch of cool things she's gonna buy with the money she made, like yummy snacks, cool outfits, etc. Her eyes light up like a typical cartoon character, and as she is about to walk in, she hears a noise from behind. It's a child crying to his mother. Mommy, my favorite toy car is missing. As the child continues to cry and the mother hugs and comforts him, Zhen is no longer very excited by looking at all the cool things in the store. She slowly starts to walk away from the store not knowing what to do. And while she's walking, she sees a landlord talking to his tenant. Rent is due, buddy. Where is it? Huh? What? I just kept it all right here under my mat, but it's all gone now. I don't know what happened. You think I was born yesterday? I've heard this story 1,000 times before. No, I swear I'm not lying. I worked very hard to make that money. Someone must have stolen it. Well, get the money to me by tomorrow, or you'll be living on the streets. Zhen looks even more disappointed after seeing much more of this. She is slowly starting to regret her decisions. The thing about stealing is that it may be really fun for some people, but we as humans often feel like the main character and forget that other people have a consciousness and feelings too. And the stuff we steal doesn't just come out of nowhere. It's taken from someone. Every ounce of happiness or dopamine you get from a successful steal is happiness and dopamine taken from your victim. The bigger stuff you steal, the more happy you feel. And the amount of happiness you feel from the steal is the same amount of sadness your victim feels. That's once again an important lesson to teach children. It's more impactful than, oh, don't steal because it's wrong, or don't steal or you'll go to jail. So now Zhen has an important decision to make. As she stands in the middle of the store with the crying child and the sad tenant, she looks at the store with all the delicious food and shiny things and the tears of the tenant and the child. She keeps looking back and forth between the victims and the store and starts sweating as she's making this life-changing decision. And then she has a flashback of all the times Po taught her about being a good person and how nice and innocent Po is, and all the inspirational stuff through the movie. When the flashback ends, she is no longer sweating and looks like she's made a clear decision. She deeply exhales and walks into the store. As the audience is disappointed in her decision to continue down the path of evil, she uses all her money to buy all the cool stuff in the store and gives it to all her victims. How wholesome. The greatest part about this is that when she gives all the cool stuff to them, including the crying child, she gets a warm, fuzzy feeling, and it feels much better than the dopamine rush from stealing, just like Master Oogway said.
When will you realize the more you take, the less you have?
This is once again true in real life, because it really does feel good to give and be generous to people. You people watching at home should try it out sometime. So now she felt bad about betraying Po because she's good now, and now it makes sense that she turns on the chameleon and goes and helps him. And that is the story of Zhen. But of course, the previous Kung Fu Panda films had a great balance between brainless humor for the kids and deep messages for the adults. So obviously, I can't break that tradition in this rewrite, which leads me to the next characters, the dads.